What's happening? What's going on, good people, man? Grown men, grown women, little cheering everywhere. I hope everybody's safe doing whatever they're doing in the confines of their own home. If you're driving, wear your seatbelt and stay off your phone and all that other good stuff. I am your host, Jay Walker the third. That's my other half of the bottom of the bottle or the BOTB show live. Carolina Dirt 803. What's happening with you?
Hey, shit, man, I got my lighting good now. I look ashy,
You look
but
ashy? Say what?
uh, I feel like I look ashy.
Well, you don't look dark.
I
So
don't look sorry.
there you go.
I
We
got
have two wonderful business women down at the bottom, entrepreneurs, if you have them. Miss Shavon on the right and Miss Kendra on the left. How you ladies doing?
Good, how are
Hey,
you?
hey, hey.
Kendra looked lost for a second. Kendra like,
She probably about to go to work.
Oh,
oh yeah, she got to go to work. Hey, she was picked with Josh. She was go to the left or to the right with Josh.
Well, we welcome you ladies to the Bottom of the Bottom podcast. These ladies are going to talk to us about the year 2024, or technically the year 2023, and the money you earned and what that money might do for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the promo, you either fixing the damage that you did for Christmas, or you can't wait for Christmas part two. And some of y'all ain't giving a damn about these taxes because you know you're gonna owe big buku molu to last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we just gonna get right to it, man. The polarizing shit that's going on in the world is the young scholar Katt Williams. I don't even know if I want to call him a comedian, man. Katt, there's certain comedians that are slapstick and they tell jokes, and you either love them or you hate them. And then you got people that have a certain depth to the comedy that they provide. A lot of people feel in a certain kind of way about the things that Katt said, um, both positive and negative. I'm gonna go to you, Kendra, first. Have you heard anything about the Club Shay Shay interview that he did with
Oh,
Shannon Sharp?
I watched it. I'm actually gonna watch the full interview later.
Yeah,
But I watched it.
I couldn't etch out 3 hours to get the whole thing done. I'm probably about a little less than 2 hours in. What about you,
Yeah.
Shavon? How'd you feel about the things that you saw?
Um, he'll say that I'm surprised about the things that he said, to be honest with you. Um, but I got to watch a good bit of it. I was, washing dishes at the time. My
Yeah,
husband was watching it. But you're right, it's a long segment. But he had a lot to say from what I heard. Um,
absolutely, man. I want to. What about you, Carolina? How'd you feel? What's your
I
take?
watched the whole shit. I watched the whole thing.
You can tell he don't do shit at work.
And that's the crazy thing. I turned it on, and I was like 45 minutes in, and I got to the house. I restarted and watched the whole thing.
Okay, okay.
Uh, the thing that kicked it off was Ricky Smiley's interview. So I watched Shannon's response, and Shannon said when Katt walked in, he said he should have hit record then, because Katt was already on one. He said about 30 minutes later or so, they hit record. If you would, Shannon asked him one question, and Katt went off.
Okay.
The Ricky Smiley thing is what did it. If Ricky Smiley didn't do that interview and say what he said about Friday After Next, Katt wouldn't have been on the show. Shannon said he'd been trying to get Katt Williams on the show for almost 2 years.
Mm,
So they did it. They did it a couple months ago, but Shannon said he didn't know if he wanted to release it because of
the
the
content.
potential of, yeah. And he finally did and said, well, we'll do that at the beginning of the year. He said he still had 30 minutes worth of questions when it was over that he never asked.
you do a part two.
He needed to
Well,
do a part two,
Yeah.
but he
I
said,
think. Go ahead.
well, I'll just put it like this. Katt did what he intended on doing would get his point across. He
Mhm.
never, I feel like he didn't knock another black man down. I feel like he was trying to get the record straight. And
Okay.
by doing that, I think he was on a roll. It wasn't a liquor. I think he was just on a roll. So part of comedian is facts and making it funny. So making it funny could be glorifying something more than what it really is, or not. But in all, it's being funny. So he spit his facts and did some stuff where, nah, I know that ain't true. When he said he read 3,000 books, I think he was just trying to be funny at that point. But
I mean, Will Chamberlain slept with 10,000 women. He can read 3,000 books.
Okay. So what I would say is, what I posted in the group before we went live is Ice Cube saying Katt was right.
Right.
About
I'll give him 85-15. And anything above 80% is passing to me. 85% truth, 15% I'm a comedian and I'm going to engage with y'all. I'm going to play a couple of random clips. One is from like a stand-up and just, again, the genius of Katt Williams. And we'll kind of break them down in between. And we'll try to get through it pretty quick. So this is the first Katt Williams clip.
Life is fucking short. Stop being ungrateful about your motherfucking life. You gotta learn to be grateful. If God done bless you with a Chrysler 300, be happy you got a Chrysler 300. Stop walking around talking shit, talking about, nigga, I got it because it looked just like a Phantom. No, nigga. It looked like a Chrysler 300. The fucked up part is it do look like a Phantom until a Phantom pull up. Then you just in that motherfucker. This is bullshit.
Okay. Again, this is high level entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's super funny, but it's super real because people in this life, in this social media space, they want to trump things up that are regular shit or downplay shit that's a big deal because they don't know how to operate socially. So is that a clip that you've seen before, Kendra?
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
watch a lot of Katt Williams stuff.
Okay.
I watch a lot of his stuff. That
Okay.
he spits a lot of truth, but it's truth disguised in comedy to an extent, just like Eddie Griffin. And Katt Williams has said before, when he started in the industry, his whole goal was set out to expose. And that's what he's doing. Whether you take it with a laugh or actually read between the lines and listen to what he's actually saying, it's on you. But that's he's doing what he set out to do. So I listen to a lot of him.
Okay. And I dig that, man. I'm gonna go straight into the second clip. The second clip is gonna go into the type of person that Katt Williams is. Beyond what you saw on Club Shay Shay, this is the second clip.
Whether you like Katt or not, he's not going to talk behind your back. However he feels about you, that's how he feels about you. Katt made a comment where he said, why you think Gary Owen, who's a white guy, has been doing stand-up for 25 years, hasn't crossed over. And when he said it, I was like, wait a minute, was that a good thing or bad thing? And I literally had to go to Twitter and start asking people, was I catching strays or what was that? And they was like, no, they were saying you haven't sold your soul. That's why you haven't crossed over. You've been consistently you, and that's why you haven't, quote unquote, crossed over. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself, and I was in this office in this room going, well, this is so now I listen, I can't say for 100% that's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me. Like, this is happening in real life. And the dude did it, and he'll always remain nameless. I think he was feeling me out. Like, made it very clear I like women. I'm not going that route. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm not gonna get into it. I think Katt was saying I haven't sold my soul, and that's why I haven't crossed over. And we always say, like, just be honest. Don't say something behind my back.
So Gary Owens confirmed what Katt Williams said.
Okay, so this gets into the cesspool of Hollywood and what some people don't think about on their journey to stardom or fame. How did you receive that clip, Siobhan?
Well, the industry is very funny. You know, he was right. You know, they were probably testing him out to see how far he'll go. I was actually talking to my husband about that the other day, and a lot of the stars coming up or who are out now, they came from pretty bad situations. You know, like their living situation. You saw what Katt Williams. He said he left home at 13, was homeless and stuff, and they said Tyler Perry did the same thing. Tiffany Haddish. They all were in really bad situations. Um, so do you, if you have the choice, the lavish lifestyle of, being a millionaire, having all the money, having anything that you ever want in front of your face, and it's like, what will you do to get that? And then once you get there, it's like they keep asking you to do all these things, and you're like, well, I don't want to go back to being homeless. I don't want to go back to living how I was before. So you're gonna have to keep going. So I mean, it's just all about how far you'll go, and they're just uh, trying them just to see, hey,
Okay.
what would you do? And he's like, what would you do for $1 million if it was really given to you? What would you do for it?
Yeah, I give Gary a lot of credit. I don't always think Gary's funny. I do think
He's
that
a better actor to me.
right. Like, I think he toes the line with some of his comedy based on his perception and his view of, black people, white people, based on marriage to his ex-wife and him dating black women. But he's not a malicious person. Like, he could have name dropped. He could have pulled a Katt Williams just now. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that I caught was I ain't gonna say what it is, but it felt like it. And bruh, if it feel like it, like that's specific. If it feel like it probably is. All right. So I'm gonna play the third clip, and I hope this is the right clip. Hold on.
I came home, I ain't have nothing, bro. Katt Williams called me to his show and gave me front row seats, bro. Called me to his show. And when I was leaving the show, I thought he threw me some weed in the car because it was wrapped up in a towel. But it was $15,000, bro. And bro, when I see him, I'm gonna return the favor, bro. Whatever I got in my pocket, bro. That dude did something for me, brother.
Again, this is the same person that people feel compelled to feel some kind of way about this interview. You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of the nature of where we are as people, that we judge people based on these small snippets of their life. What you feel about that last clip, Carolina?
Oh, I had seen that clip. I think I seen that clip about 2, maybe 3 months ago. He's not the only one. What's the name? Beanie Siegel got a story. Something similar. Katt gave him a car out the blue. Katt did a show in Philly and was knocking on people's doors, handing them cash. Just people in the city. Katt got 10 kids. They adopted.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Katt made a statement on the Shay Shay whatever show that whatever city he goes in, he taps into the city. Because if you're going to give me $100,000, I ain't gonna probably give away 10 grand into the city. Plus, he like to smoke weed and want to get the good weed. So that being said, if y'all remembering some years ago, he was caught in the worst hotel in Sumter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To me, that means he just tapped into the city. To be at that hotel, you can call it a crackhead, whatever, but to be at that hotel in Sumter, South Carolina, on video, you had to be tapped in with somebody to get there.
Right.
And now with all the evidence is showing is proving that he is one of those people that even the video with him getting in a fight with the kid and him fighting the kid.
I remember.
What celebrity?
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. But what celebrity can you find with a video with them playing with the kids? Like he had to play with them first before the fight broke out.
True.
So what celebrities out there in regular white beater and pants playing football with kids in the neighborhood?
Yeah. Let's be clear though. That little 12-year-old, 14-year-old boy beat that man up.
Yeah, but somebody made a good point. If he would have fought back and beat the brakes off that kid, then what?
Agreed. But again, that goes to the 85-15. You know what I'm saying?
Real correction. Together said he got 8. I thought he said 10, but she said he had 8.
He got a bunch of goddamn kids. Anything over 4 is a bunch.
Anything over 2 is too
Now
many.
you offending somebody. Whoever somebody might got more than 4 kids.
Now I know. I used to work with a dude who, natural born with his wife, at last check had 10 motherfucking kids. I was like, bro, you come to work just for the quiet. It ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with money. Like that's a village. But I say all this to say, you know, no matter how you feel about Katt Williams, the thing that we always do in the public court of opinion is we like to say people are fucking crazy. And only crazy people are crazy. One of the most profound things he said is, they say I'm a drug addict. In this world of social media where people can't wait to talk shit about somebody, nobody came out and said, yeah, I sell Katt Williams crack. You feel me? So I think you take the good with the bad. I also think that the Club Shay Shay thing was a marketing tool. How many shows you think he's going to sell out for the rest of the year?
He'll be in Columbia in about 2 months.
Every last one. Every last one of them.
But I really think he had some heat to get off. Now, did he take advantage of that heat he had on his shoulders? Yeah, but I think it was mainly the heat because the way it started with him going directly at the Ricky Smiley segment. That's why I say everything else was shit. I'm on the roll now. I got liquor. Yeah. I feel comfortable. Let that shit go.
And nobody talks about he probably addressed 10 comedians in a unflattering light. Let's be real. It's probably 10,000 comedians.
You know, he addressed Martin.
He said the thing about Martin and the whole, he wasn't gonna wear a dress. You had an opinion about that, Siobhan. Did you want to go into it?
Not about the dress thing, but about Ricky Smiley. But it's really more along the lines like, it's just me. I've always heard of Ricky Smiley. I've heard him on the radio, but every time I see him on TV, someone has to like tell me that's Ricky Smiley. Like he wasn't someone that stood out to me. You know, Katt Williams, Steve Harvey, you know, Martin, Kevin Hart. They're all, I will always remember them. They stand out. Whether they're funny or not, they stand out. But Ricky Smiley? Who's Ricky Smiley? Like, he wore it, you know?
And I just don't believe him as a pimp. Like, have all of y'all seen, I know this is a crazy question. Somebody hasn't seen it. I got a friend who says they ain't seen none of the Fridays or Boys in the Hood. And I just think that's un-American. But if you saw Friday After Next, it was the Christmas version of the Friday franchise. Do you believe, after seeing it, especially, because that's all we got, that Ricky Smiley could have played a pimp like Money Mike?
Absolutely not.
No, not at all.
It's not even close. And like Carolina said, Ice Cube came out and he told a story and made it very clear that, yeah, they read for multiple parts, but it was in no way a situation where he was about to get this part. You know, he was just kind of playing with it to see what people could do with these different situations.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Made sense. But yeah, I could. Katt Williams, that was his part. That part was written for him.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And it's what really, like, he was already a comedian and he was already smashing in stand-up. But it's what brought him to mainstream America and made him the identifiable person that he is now. He gained a lot of his following and support through that ultimately super small part. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, and everybody can kind of give their final thought to kind of wrap it up. Let people be people. No matter how you feel about that man, don't ignore that there is truth in some of the things that he say. I said before the show began, none of the shit that he said made me feel any differently. I don't feel differently than I felt before about Ricky Smiley. I don't feel differently than I felt before about Steve Harvey. The Cedric thing kind of caught me off guard, but I don't feel any different than I felt before about Cedric. And he also big upped a lot of the young guys coming up. He showed Gary some love. He just kept it real in a real way about the things that he does. And I feel like there's enough information, enough stories about the good things he does in the community without a lot of clout, that man was just kind of being a comedian. He let some shit out that you might not feel like he should have let out, but there it is. Go ahead, Kendra. How you feel?
I agree with you. There's some truth in what he said, and what I always tell people: don't always take things for, don't always take people for what's just said. Don't always take what's on the internet as truth. Research for yourself. Find it out for yourself. If And then the thing with a lot of what Katt Williams said, if you got more than 5 people saying the same thing, there must be something to it, especially if they don't run in the same close knit circle. It's
Right.
gotta be something to it. So yeah.
Siobhan, how you feel?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Carolina, how you feel in summation?
Oh no, I listen to Ricky Smiley show every morning. I ain't gonna lie. Like I feel like you're like, it ain't no love loss. People say, I just don't like when people say he down in other black men. I don't see how he down when he trying to get the record straight. People say he been talking about it 20 years. So is Kwame Brown. You know, there's other people that have been fighting for the Pats for 20 years. So why is it that Katt Williams is putting another black man down, another black man down? I don't see that because they're all successful. What's he tearing down? They're all successful. Now, are they all successful off his back? Maybe not 100%, but they also didn't help him. Like, they didn't pick a black man up. When he was going through all those problems 10 years ago, 15 years, you didn't hear any of those black comics saying, well, we'll help him. Ice Cube made a valid point. Ice Cube said in that clip, you watch the whole clip I posted, I put a lot of comics on, and none of them put me in their movies.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But he did say, basically, like, him and Katt got a good relationship.
Right.
But there is one comic that does a lot of movies. There's one comic that do a lot of movies, and he's been in Ice Cube's movies, but Ice Cube hasn't been in his movies. So what does that say about that comic?
We just say Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. I mean,
just say Kevin Hart. You know, it is what it is, man. Like, I hate that people will jump into turmoil the way that they do. You know what I'm saying? Most people at the time that all the comments was flowing, there's no fucking way that you watched all 3 hours of that shit. So a lot of the things was taken out of context. But that's neither here nor there. If you haven't seen the interview, go to YouTube, look up Shannon Sharp. His show is called Club Shay Shay, or just type in Katt Williams. It's gonna pop up. Over 10 million views in 24 hours. I think he did what he set out to do, and he's gonna capitalize off of it as a businessman.
Shit was 14 million this morning.
Okay, well, it's gonna be 14 million and one when I get off of here, depending on how much I get into this bottle. Ladies, business women, it's tax season. I mean, I'm kind of happy about it. I need this money. I hope they don't pull no fuck shit and make me pay out, but I don't think I did anything to pay out. So I'm gonna go with you first, Siobhan. I'm gonna lend the floor to you. You can make an introduction. You can tell the people how you are affiliated and why you're here to talk about taxes and all of that good stuff. Don't be scared. I'm gonna put you up on a little solo shot.
She got that hair done. That bitch is great. Siobhan, your audio went out.
Yeah, your sound is low. You kind of sound like you in a fish tank.
These guys on Android, that's it. Can you hear me now?
There you go. Okay, there you go. You rocking now. Yeah, do your thing.
All right. So I am the owner of Reality Tax Solutions. I just opened up my third tax office this year.
Kudos.
Thank you. I had a really successful season last year. I just finished hiring a couple of new preparers who were interested in making some extra money, preparing taxes, and sharing their knowledge and their services, things that they do. I also own my own tax software as well. I'm co-branding again, so this is my fourth season, and I am finally doing it by myself. So it's been a lot of work. I just did a tax class a couple of weeks ago, trying to get people who are interested in learning about taxes, get them that are familiar with the process and how to gain clients, how to market themselves. Just been going over a lot of things, the new changes that have been occurring in the with the IRS and everything. A lot of things aren't finalized, so we still have some new. I'm sure we're gonna have a couple of more new surprises as soon as we get deep into the season. But that's pretty much what it is.
Okay, that's what it is. And we definitely, like I said, congratulations on your expansion and your growth. And it's super dope. Ms. Kendra, talk to the people, man. Tell them what's going on with your services.
Yes, well, I am the owner of Goodness Tax Consulting. We are going into our 8th year in business, and this is actually my 15th season of doing taxes. I've been expanding a little bit myself. I have a preparer now in Greenville who's available to reach clients there, and one on the northeast side of Columbia. So, like Siobhan said, it's been a few little changes with taxes this year. Some rumors that were out that we want to kind of dispel for people, and some things that a lot of small businesses really need to focus on so that they can stay in compliance with everything. So,
okay. I'm going to give it a little open format so y'all can talk about it, because I was just randomly in a conversation with a friend about some things that were affecting business owners with an LLC. Are y'all familiar with that?
yeah, I
Okay,
think you're
so
talking about the beneficial
Marijuana.
ownership information. Yeah,
The
Yep,
DOI.
the registry where they have, yeah, that's a big change that's coming. Basically, when you have your LLC, you have registered your business name with the state. So now what the Financial Crimes Division Enforcement Network is actually the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network is wanting you to do is register your business with them. This will help to alleviate a lot of those shell companies, a lot of companies that are trying to launder money is what they're trying to weed through.
Okay.
So yeah, so all small business owners, foreign companies that actually do business in the United States, and domestic companies need to register with this. If you was, I think the dates on it are if you've registered for to register. I'm sorry. If you started your business before January 1st of this year, they're giving you until January 1st of 2025 to register.
And what is the
So
penalty if you are not in compliance?
Like
you're
$500
looking at
a day.
yeah,
Oh,
a couple $100 a
A
day,
day.
a day.
man. So what does it cost to get registered under them?
Nothing.
Nothing.
So you pay your LLC fees, whatever it is that you created your business, and then to register with them is free.
Yes. And you have 90 days. Say if you were to start for your New Year's resolution, you wanted to start a business, you have 90 days from the date. They say 90 days, but they want it completed in 90 days. So by
It was 30.
11:59 p.m., it was 30. They
It was
extended it
30.
to 90.
So
So
it's 90
basically, by 11:59 p.m. on that 89th day, you better have it done.
So is that the day?
But
Is that the day you send it, or that's the day from the day you are approved for the
The day
LLC?
you are
from the
actively a business by
yes,
identified by the state.
Yeah.
yes,
Because they send you a date. You actually get to well, I don't know how it is for any other state, but in Georgia, when you fill out your registration, they ask you the question, when did your business begin? And they go by that date.
and
So
for South Carolina, you have your articles of incorporation, which you usually get that within, if not a few hours, 24 to 48 hours, but it usually comes in a couple of hours. So basically, from the day you file your articles of organization in South Carolina, you have 90 days from that day.
So do they? So let's say, and they probably don't, since this is just starting, correct? So
Yeah.
you got certain people like people that there's apps or whatever websites that can do an LLC for you. So is that included? Do y'all think that would be included in future businesses that help you get your LLC, where they go ahead and do the work for you?
That is actually what they are working on. They are trying to set up a system to where you can be able to go to your preparer or whoever can set up your LLC pay. Like for me, I actually do help businesses set up their EIN and LLCs.
So do
So
I.
that would be another service that would be added on because all of the paperwork has to be electronically filed. You cannot mail anything in. So they're just trying to make it where you can have that as a one-stop shop.
And it's only
It's just
one
not
time
being,
thing. It's one time thing.
yeah, it's just a one-time thing.
It's not a yearly thing, like what you would have to do with filing with the state, because you have to renew every year. But with Benson, you have to do it just one time. But you would have to anytime there's a change, like if there's a member that fell off or address that was changed, you move across town or whatever, you have to update those changes because they're no longer valid once you do that.
And you
So
got to
what
do
if
that
you
within 30 days.
Within
What if you
30 days. Yeah.
what if you have multiple locations? So let's say I start an LLC.
multiple LLCs.
Yeah, multiple LLCs. Well, yeah, multiple LLCs with different locations.
That is a good question. I know that for every member, like if you have a partnership, each one of those members has to file. It's not all together. It's each one. That's about.
So,
So
for the different locations, it wouldn't matter because the main thing is where your LLC. Because you can have different locations if it's the same business and one LLC.
Okay.
You can possibly, we're still trying to figure out the forms and how everything is working.
they
Um,
haven't figured
but
it
the
all
main
out.
thing, they haven't figured it out
They
yet
have not,
at
It's
all,
the
but
but
they
they
government.
want us
expect us
to
to do
keep
this.
up.
But the main thing is, say if you close down one of those locations, but what they're really looking at is where the main address of where your LLC is. So where the whatever you would consider your home office.
What about a situation where you have an LLC, but maybe you are not actively in business? They still require that to be registered. And I guess the follow up to that is $500 a day. What if your
Okay.
LLC only bring in $12,000? You know what I'm saying, a year?
But if it's initially free, that's you being lazy.
That's just the federal government.
Okay.
I mean, but and if you do not register, if you are generating revenue, I mean point blank period, if you're generating revenue with your business and if you have an LLC, if you make anything over $400, you have to report it.
Mm.
So if you're generating revenue, you have an LLC, you need to register with this. Yes, $500 a day. They've even said they can actually take further legal action against the business.
All right. So for the people out here listening that run across this
This is for
video,
small businesses.
right,
This is for small business. This is not for the people who are excluded from this. Are large businesses. I'm trying to
A
make
right,
it
lot of
simple.
large businesses,
Big
tax
banks,
exempt businesses,
yeah, banks,
banks,
and
yeah.
anything with financial.
Mhm.
I don't think that's fair that they are excluded. But hey, whatever.
No.
Yeah,
right.
they gonna wash more money than the small
I was
businesses.
about to say corporations are the ones that have more shell companies than anybody.
But you know what this reminded me of, guys? Have you guys seen Equalizer 3?
Mm. I haven't seen the
If
third one
you
yet.
if you've seen it, and the whole the whole thing about the company, if you really pay attention, this is what this is about, because it's about the money laundering, it's about the terrorism, it's about keeping us safe from people who, just like you said, washing money and stuff like that. But that reminded me of this whole situation.
It's
So
always about keeping us safe. And I hate to be that guy, but this country do more shit to kill people than a little bit, but that's just my
Maybe
personal opinion. It's not
yeah, I'm not
the
gonna get on that
opinion of
platform.
these business owners and these business women.
they
It's
think
not
if
that.
you broke, you safe. That's what it is. If you broke, you safe.
Yeah.
But nah, this is good information. And for a lot of people that, you have a busy life and maybe you're not hearing this news and you run across this video, you know what you need to do now. So
Mhm.
there's that.
Yeah.
What's that? March 1st? March 1st will be the 90th day from the beginning of the year. If you were in business last year.
No. For this year. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
For this
y'all
year,
in
if you
2025.
start,
Yeah, prior
January
so if
to
2025.
you,
January 1st, 2024, you have until 2025 to register.
So what
Okay.
about the people that already been in business?
Yes, those people have already been in business since, you could have started your business December 31st, 2023,
Mhm.
and you wouldn't have to register until 2025.
Okay.
So
and they are specific about that too.
let's say I got an LLC. Is there like a letter going out, an email going out? How do people know that they're gonna have to do this that have LLCs?
I would hope they would, but I think you just have to go to the website.
But I mean, like if I got an LLC, let's say I do home restoration LLC, whatever. Are they contacting each small business? Well, like each state have to contact everybody that has an LLC within that state, or how would other people know that this is happening? Would it happen when they do the taxes? Are y'all supposed to let people know?
And you know, the funny thing is, how I found out was from another tax preparer. I didn't know anything about it. Thank you, Shavon. So so yeah, they're not sending out letters or anything. It is basically media, IRS. That's how it's really getting out there. So it is good for your tax preparer or your accountant who you go to help you prepare. Hopefully, you have a good one to help you with your business taxes. Is up on these requirements and informing you that this is what needs to be done.
That's crazy. You got some 60-year-old man that
Run a shoe store
yeah,
or a shoe repair place.
that probably got his sister-in-law doing taxes that's 70 years old that don't know no better.
You know what's funny? Because they're not active, you know, for the new businesses, they're giving you the year to do it. They probably not gonna say shit till like October of this year.
But like I said, they're still working on things. They're still setting things up. They're just putting it out there, just like the whole Cash App thing.
I definitely want to touch on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like just like that, they blasted out on the media. You know, they told everybody this is what's going to happen, and at the last minute, oh, we're not going to implement that this year.
Right. So
You know,
for the people that might not know, and I don't know if I know, what's the Cash App thing?
you want to say?
You want girl? Ooh,
That's
yeah, I've been
crazy.
following this thing
I,
like crazy.
I was mad as shit when I heard that, but y'all got it.
All right, so normally it's the amount that they had the IRS wanted you to have.
Well, explain what it is at first, though, Shay.
Huh?
Shay, explain what they were trying to do first.
Oh,
So basically, what it is what they consider third-party payment vendors. Your Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Zelle does not count.
Yeah, so I don't count.
Zelle does not count because Zelle is bank-to-bank transfer.
Yeah.
But PayPal, Square, Cash App, Venmo, they go through a third party. So basically, anything over $600, any transactions over $600 or total $600 for the year that are business related that comes through your Cash App has to be reported to the IRS and will be reported to the IRS. This was supposed to start this year. So now where the issue came in was you had a lot of individual taxpayers, non-business owners, who ran the risk of getting an extra form of having this money calculated that may not have been business related.
yeah. So
if you
were
use your
to,
Cash App a lot, yeah. Go ahead. I was just gonna say, if you use your Cash App a lot to send money to family, to friends, to pay bills, if IRS and Cash App doesn't know any better, they could take a $600 payment and now you owe taxes on it, and they could assume that you're hiding money is basically what they're doing.
And it's going to be
And they're
harder
keeping
for
a
you to
track.
prove. It's going to be harder for you to prove if you were to get audited,
Yeah.
because of the fact that they're going to require a lot of documentation that most people don't have. Like bank statements. Okay, we can all, normally if you have a bank, you can, show your bank statement, but they're
Right.
going to want extra proof like text messages, emails, conversations that you had with all these different people, to prove that this is not business related. This is just a gift. This is to pay bills or paying somebody back on a loan or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty
So
crazy.
if I get a half a pound of weed from the weed man and he charged me $650, they need to see them text messages.
Well, also what I heard, and y'all can correct me, is, and I'll do this all the time. That part under Cash App, when you send the money, you
Label
need to
it.
say gift. It has to be a label.
Label it.
It
Yes.
has to be a label. That's what
A
Label
I heard.
gift is one of those passive incomes that are not taxable. Just in case you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hey
So
man, look,
You have to label it. I never label it. Like if my brother saying, "Hey, send me," so I've never labeled it because he's asked me and I already know, so I just send it. But with this, with their talk, you have to label that shit.
I've been telling my
Like,
weed man happy birthday every other week for 16 weeks. Happy birthday, brother. I'll label that shit like not between my brother, you know what I'm saying? And this is allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, but it's very important to label it, and you still have to be careful how it's labeled. Because say if Shavon went to the store and bought me a t-shirt and then I reimburse her, I don't want to put in there for a t-shirt because then it can be assumed
that I
that it
sell
was a
t-shirts.
business transaction.
Yeah.
So now she's gonna have to report that money, and all she did was like, I just went to the store and bought the t-shirt for my sister. That's what we have to deal with. So it was a lot of gripe that they were getting about this, especially lowering it down to the $600.
Right.
Because I
Well,
mean,
they
for
raised
people who
it to
actually
the 10,000.
they
They
raised it
raised
to
it.
10,000, and I was just on the IRS website, and they're talking about dropping it down to 5,000.
Yeah, told you.
That
They're
makes more
just,
sense.
you don't know.
So
They're
it's a
going to
lot of
surprise us all.
changes. It's a
If
lot of changes with this. But it's basically just be careful how you're sending money. If it is business, they're gonna automatically send you something if you have your Cash App, PayPal, Venmo set up as a business account. If you have it as a personal account, just till we know for sure how they're going to try to regulate it, still be careful and get in the habit of labeling it. I'm not trying to tell people how to avoid it, but if it's really like between friends or between family, you better put on there for your bills. I actually put in mind, get your car fixed. Put gas in your car just so there's not any confusion that I'm paying someone and now they have to report this. And then in them reporting that, then that takes it to a whole nother tax level. Whereas you're not just filing a basic return, you now have to file a business return.
you know what's
Right.
crazy,
CYA people, cover your ass.
when they first said that, the first group of people I said was gonna get hit hard, women that do hair, they're
Barbers.
gonna be the first one because that's an easy $300-400. They might do 2 heads in a week. It's
Yeah.
them, barbers, lawn care, and your mobile mechanics. They're gonna
Independent
get hit
contractors.
hardest because it's quick money. And most of those people aren't gonna know that now that y'all are saying.
Right.
Because most of them dudes are country hood in the streets. They're not in tune with the knowledge that y'all have, or somebody with that knowledge within the first month of it happening. So I know at first they were talking about starting in January. Most people already would have got that knocked out. They would have got that 600 ran through already.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You got to think. I've seen people that have their sister or somebody do taxes and send them, all right, send us the 150, 175. You're already done. That 175, and you still got 11 months left in the year, you're going to hit that 600 quick.
That's crazy. So we got the new LLC registration for the FNEC. What them people
The
is again?
financial, hold on, it's the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN.
FCIN. FCIN.
FIN, FIN, CEN,
Yeah, they call it
FinCEN.
Vincent.
That's way too
Yeah.
much. Cause we got enough alphabet people in the world. Cause I'm sick of it. So we got the LLC registration with the fisting in them people, and we got this potential situation with Cash App. Is there anything else shortly that will affect the average everyday person or other small business owners?
Siobhan?
You guys sound like robots right now, so I couldn't hear.
It might be my connection. So I was just saying, Do I sound any clearer, or is it still the same?
Yeah, you still sound like a robot.
Oh
You got
Lord.
you
I
got
sound
your
like a
good
robot to
hair in
y'all
your
too?
ears.
All of you guys
No,
sound
you
like
sound
robots.
good, yeah.
Yeah, it's her
Okay.
good hair. It's her
I
good hair.
picked the wrong phone to get on. I should have picked my Apple. I mean, yeah, my Apple.
Okay. Well, I'm just basically asking if there are any other new laws or potential things that would affect the average everyday person or
Uh,
small business owners.
okay. So what the IRS is also doing, as far as like any tax laws or codes or anything that's changed, the tax rate has changed, and that's typical. It usually adjusts during to inflation. So you're really not going to notice a big difference in the tax bracket changes. But one thing that the IRS is doing this year, um, and it's actually they're doing it this year, but it affects taxpayers from 2020 and 2021 that owe taxes, and they're offering penalty relief.
Yeah.
So if you have back taxes that you owe because of the pandemic, they weren't mailing out the payment due notices. So any late fees that you accrued during those 2 years during the pandemic, they kept stacking up, and the
Mm.
IRS was not able to get the notices out as they typically would, and they started back doing this year. So basically, what the IRS is doing is mainly for businesses and individuals that make less than 400,000 is they're waiving the penalties. So with the amount that they're looking at about 4.7 million or so tax returns, that's about a savings of maybe $206 per return.
Mm.
Is really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, what you said about the tax brackets is also changed as well. So you should be seeing people who actually get a W-2 should be seeing more on their paycheck as well, because it has shifted to be a little higher. The standard deduction has also gone up. So if you are single, it is now 14,600. And then it's like 29,200 if you're married filing jointly. The child tax credit is also supposedly going up. They're working on that right now. It's
Excuse me.
currently 2,000 right now, but there's talk about it going up to like 3,600. But they're trying to do what they did before. You remember when they split it? They're trying to do the split payments throughout the year. They're in the process of trying to vote on that as well, but we have no idea when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen.
I do want to get into student loan payments and all that. We had a viewer say I'm late tapping in. Have y'all discussed the BOI?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we just talked about with the registering the business and
Y'all
the
want to do a quick rundown for her real quick as possible?
sure. So basically with the BOI, you have until is that Portland still in the background? Yep, that's Portland. Um, you have until for existing businesses started before January 1st, 2024, you have until January 1st, 2025 to go through the FinCEN or the let me get the name again. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network
CENO.
to Financial Crimes Enforcement Network to register your business and all or authorized parties in the business, basically whoever runs the business or owns the business. It is a one-time registration just for the life of your business, unless you just need to go back to make any changes. If you do not register your business in the allotted time, you are looking at about a $500 a day penalty, and they can do further legal action against you.
That damn fencing, boy. That's just heavy-handed, cuz. That's heavy-handed.
Well, it kind of breaks down like this. As I was doing some studying in like how just the government works, just a quick overview. Basically, each state is its own governmental entity. Each state is its own country. Federal cannot cross over into state jurisdiction for the most part without state permission. So when you register your business with an LLC, you're registering your business name on a state level. The only time that the federal is aware of your business is when you put it on your taxes or make it a federal known entity. So now you're basically having to take your business and register it on a federal level. And I'm gonna leave it at that for you know.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm the ignorant motherfucker that y'all really talking to. Okay. So what's next?
So,
Lord,
what about the R&D credit, Kendra?
the which credit?
The R&D tax credit. That's one of the new things. Well, not new things, but one of the changes. The health savings account. There's a couple of things that are new coming up.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
saw that one. I've been following the ERC credit. I've been following the ERC credit.
Huh?
So I've now updated the ERC credits and how people have been kind of trying to get those.
Oh, the ERC. I'm sorry. I'm telling you guys sound like robots.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and explain that, Kendra.
I'm trying to figure out what Shayvon talking about with the R&D credit. Because see, there's
R&D on your research and development tax credit. That's just
I did hear about that one. I'm not too familiar with that one. That one I was going to ask you about. Because like I said, I've been watching the employee retention credit that has been a lot of small businesses have been getting. And there's been a lot of advertisement on TV, social media about if you have a small business or you're an independent contractor, then you can get up to $3,200, which you're not entitled to get.
When's the deadline? It's March, right? Is it March or April this year?
It's March. But now the IRS is going out. They've mailed out about 20,000 letters to small business small business owners who have applied for this employee retention credit, kind of like what they did with the PPP, to let them know that they're not eligible to get it. And then they're also opening up a voluntary payback program if you did receive it and you weren't supposed to, which honestly, if you receive the credit, the employee retention credit, if you weren't supposed to, pay it back because they're not playing. They are still prosecuting people behind the PPP loans. And just because, I did the forgiveness, I got away with it. No, you didn't.
No, I saw that.
No, you didn't.
I actually read that. Yeah.
No, you didn't. Because what they're doing is they're letting this time go ahead, and it's so many cases of PPPs that they're having to hit.
Yep.
So it's the same thing with this employee retention credit. There have been a lot of people who get 1099s or independent contractors, and they've been trying to get this employee retention credit if they had employees during the pandemic. The only way a business is able to get that credit is if they actually had paid W-2 employees.
Yep, that's true.
That is the only way. So people have been cheating on that, and the IRS said, you know what? We're not waiting like we did with the PPP. We coming for you now.
I've never thought 3 repeated letters would be more terrifying than the KKK. Every time I hear PPP,
tell me about it. They are bullies. They are bullies, man. They will take all your money and not.
What's the biggest fine y'all think? What's the biggest fine or punishment y'all seen with PPP so far to scare some people into getting their shit straight?
You got to pay all that shit back. Some people got 6 figures off of that shit.
Yeah, and a lot of people have gotten locked up. And just about everybody who they have caught has gotten locked up. There was a case in Chicago of a woman who did the PPP, got $20,000, and actually this was a couple of cases. She got the PPP loan, got her car. This girl was getting daycare assistance, food stamps, and housing assistance.
Sound like Red Man.
But in order to have gotten the $20,000, you had to say that your business made $80,000 for the year after all expenses. You had to be around 80,000 to a six-figure range. So now you report this on your taxes. You living in housing, you paying 25 cents for your rent, if anything, but you saying I done made $80,000. And the
That's true.
government not paying attention just gave that money out. They just gave it out with no problem. And now they're sitting here like the IRS is like this. We ain't got no money and people ain't paying their taxes and we done gave all this money away. We need our money back. Like, what are we going to do? But yeah, so there was that case. I know you all had to have heard that story of the woman who was in Medea Goes to Jail movie that played the attorney that ended up getting arrested at the end. Her and 18 other people actually pulled a PPP scam down in Georgia. All of them got arrested. There was a gentleman who owned a hotel in Texas. He took his PPP money and bought him a car, watches, went on vacation. They snatched all that back, plus seized his personal property. He's sitting locked up. It wasn't worth it, and it's not worth it. Government puts things out here to help businesses, to help people. You may look at it, man, you need to get on this free money, this free money. It is not worth it. All free things ain't free. It comes with a price.
But you know people are going to try. You know people are going to try. And if they can get away with
I know
it,
they're going to try.
they're going to try.
You're going to get away with it for how long? Because it may be, like I said, they still working at PPP. It may be 10 years before they get you. But we talking about the Federal Reserve. We talking about the IRS. We talking about federal time. Orange is the new black up in this piece. They gonna get you.
Yep.
So when are they allowing individuals to start filing taxes for the 2023 tax season?
Siobhan, you know the start date?
Oh, what?
The start date for taxes.
Oh, they haven't set the date actually. Normally it's the third week of January. Hub testing, which they call hub testing, but that's normally where you can actually start. But that date hasn't been set yet. Right now, like my office and Kendra's too, we can start filing for you, but it's basically the IRS is treating it as a test. So they'll if people might have their documents early and they want to file right away, the IRS isn't technically open to receive them, but you can still file them.
They just won't process them.
Yeah, but it's basically just a test.
Okay.
Yeah, but it hasn't been set, but it should be sometime this month. They'll open, like I said, normally it's the third week of January is when they start.
But they did set the ending date, and this is the first year in about 3 years that tax season actually ends on April 15th.
I was going to say that, you hear people say, I file early, I file late. Is there really a difference between filing early and late?
No.
As long as you file.
So long as you file.
Well,
because here's the thing that I learned about the IRS. If you owe taxes, you owe. Don't matter when you file, you owe. The IRS knows as soon as they get your paperwork and it goes into the system, they already know that you owe.
Yeah.
They can start checking on penalties.
Unless you have like a lot of write-offs.
That's the difference. That's the difference. So you have to go back from whatever is reported to them on your W-2, on your 1099s. The IRS already knows what your tax situation looks like. The reason why You go to a professional, you file your taxes, is so that you can say, hey, you know what? I know this W-2 says I made 100,000 a year, but I got these other expenses y'all don't know about that I need to tell y'all about that's going to lower my tax liability. So I don't owe y'all the money y'all think I owe y'all. So y'all need to get this straight. So that's the whole purpose behind filing. But the IRS already knows, what it's basically looking like.
What's it called when you group all your bills together? Automizing?
Yes.
So let people know what that is and how does it benefit them and if it doesn't benefit them. Because some people don't know about that.
Itemizing does not help everyone. Okay. So I'm going to put that out there first. It does not help everyone. So, like Shavon mentioned earlier, there's a standard deduction that the IRS sets in place as for your filing status, being if you're single, if you are head of household. And let me say this real quick, you are only head of household if you have dependents to claim, be it your children or family member. That is the only way you can file head of household. If you live by yourself and are paying your bills, it is true, you are the head of your house, but you are not head of household for tax purposes. You are single because
Wow.
it's just you by yourself on your tax return. But anyway,
I can't claim
so
my
with
dog. I thought dogs was family. Dogs ain't people no more.
no, that's your baby, but that's your
They're
child,
best
your
friends.
first child, but it's not your child.
They be picking and choosing how this work, man.
They do,
The
they
arms of the
do.
angel people said that is my family member.
No, he could be
Peter
your
too.
security system if you had a business.
Peter said too. Peter said that too.
Okay.
But no, he not your child. But with what was I saying? The standard deductions.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, itemizing. Okay, no, you good. So for each filing status, they set the amount of money that, according to the government, this is the base amount of money that you should live off of every year.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fucked
So
up.
the purpose of itemizing is to go to the IRS with all of your receipts and proof and say, okay, I'm single. You say I should be able to live off of $12,000 a year. I actually have more that I have to pay out compared to what I make because that first $12,000, they don't tax it. That's your money. You have to show them in itemizing, and I'm hoping I'm explaining this well enough, is that you're paying out more than what they say. So with itemizing, okay, you're taking your qualified medical bills, your mortgage statement, any property taxes that you have to pay. Um, you can take your state taxes, certain taxes, car taxes. What else is there, Shavon? Donations. You
Yeah,
can
church.
take non-cash donations up to $500. You can take cash donations as long as you have proof that what you're donating has cash value and you have the receipts to back it up. Or if you're donating to a reputable company like American Red Cross, Salvation Army, things like
Church.
that, and you get a voucher,
Church.
your tithes and offering do count.
But
They do
only
count.
for that standard deduction. It's not going to count if you don't.
Yeah. So everything that you itemize, and we're going to use the number 12,500 for a single person. We're just going to use that round number. Everything that you itemize has to be way greater than the number allotted for your filing status. So if your filing status, it says, hey, you got $12,500 that we're not touching, when you come with those receipts, they need to be, and I don't mean just over 12,005. They need to be way over 12,500 in order to make a difference and lower your tax liability.
Okay, let me ask you this then. So I just put an AC unit on the house last year,
Okay.
but I'm paying on it. Can I itemize that? I put it on. Now it's 2 years. Going on 2 years.
If you did it within the first year and it's an Energy Star product, you could have taken an energy of what is that? Energy credit.
Yeah.
But as far as itemizing, like I'm saying, you have to look at the total picture when it comes to itemizing. And so you would have to look at what's my mortgage statement, what's my property taxes, what's my medical bills, what's my medical mileage, what's my volunteering mileage, what money did I donate? You have to look at everything in order to say, okay, well, I donated to Goodwill. Yay, I'm happy for you. Then I'm gonna sit there, especially if you've been a client of mine for years. You already know my demeanor, and I'm gonna sit there and be like, "Yay, I'm happy for you. People got some nice clothes because you got a nice sense of style." That's all I'm gonna be able to say
Well,
because
with the 12
I mean I'm just being honest.
and the 12.5 is after tax, right? So you saying 12.5? Rent right now is $900 to $2,000.
I know my rent is $12,000 a year.
That's what I'm saying. So how? I mean,
Your
I
rent,
understand.
yeah, your rent
You're
don't
saying,
count anyway.
No,
like
it
I'm
doesn't.
saying, like I said, I understand you said like use 12,000 as like just a figure we're using, but even if you use 15,000, rent right now, the way inflation has messed up the housing market, or mortgage messed up the housing market, a haircut for a man is $50 now.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a partner. He got 3 boys. It's 50 for him and 20 for each head for them.
Yeah.
And he drives to South Carolina because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
It's still 50 and 20.
But see, here's the thing: your rent, that's
Yeah.
just money you paying every year. You can't itemize your rent.
What about mortgage? But you can do your mortgage.
You can do your mortgage.
Lease.
No.
Is there a difference between rent and lease?
Is there anything that a single person with no dependents can do to potentially get more money back on their taxes?
It depends on their AGI.
It depends on how much money they make a year, and you want them to tax you because that's basically what they're going to do is they're going to tax you.
Yeah. If you make less than the threshold, I can't think of the top of my
I
head
can't remember the numbers because there's so many numbers.
Right. And but if you make a lower number, like I say about maybe I want to say like 13,000, you may qualify for EIC.
$13,000 a year?
I'm just
You
saying.
can't do shit with 13,000. I found that in my couch.
But some people do. Like
I think I have the calculator. Hold on. I think I actually have the EIC table.
Yeah.
It's about, you have to understand that sometimes people they'll make that money, but they have other forms of income, like non-taxable income, like VA. Okay, VA is non-taxable, so so that would not even count.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. But yeah, you would, if you're single and you make not a lot of money, you would be able to qualify for that credit.
I don't make a lot of money. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. And I can't claim my dog. Clearly, it's some bullshit, cause
bullshit. Cause that nigga eat. I know my dog.
My husband said that the other day. We were talking about people who are so obsessed with their pets that they consider them to be like family members, and that eventually, maybe not now, but eventually, they'll end up making a law to where you could claim them because anything's possible. Anything's possible.
What about service animals?
You can't claim. No, service animals you cannot. If you have a business and you have a vicious dog, you have a dog, a guard dog. Your dog is your security system.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you word it.
Yep, the dog is security. I got my Bible in, y'all.
Go ahead and tell me how much I'm getting back, so I can go and tell my tax lady she's wrong.
I'm trying to see if it's in here.
Alicia.
Yeah, y'all see Alicia comment?
What Alicia say?
Shut
Oh yeah.
up.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. How did they get? Well, you know, I can see how they could do that because technically
Well, you can't claim a dog as a dependent.
there's an area on your tax form that will say that the person doesn't have a social security number. Remember?
Shayvon, do not do that. Don't you be giving people
I'm not
ideas because you
trying to
know
do
that
that.
ain't
I would
even right.
never. I need documentation. I want social security numbers. I want birth
Look,
certificates. I
The
want
I'm
only
state
telling y'all
person,
compliance.
now.
the only
Anybody who
person
goes
taking
to
advantage of
Shayvon,
that is going to jail for the PPP fraud anyway.
You know, I didn't even apply for the PPP, and I
I
have
didn't either.
I refused. I knew I didn't qualify, so I was like, I'm not going to
No,
even
you
try.
qualified. You qualified. A lot of,
Everybody
and I know
qualified.
somebody.
I
You
was this
qualified
close.
as a business, but
It's true. There
mm-mm,
are a lot of tax preparers and misleading a lot of folks. You're right.
very much so. Because, and this is why I held this up. See, this is one of the books that we as if your preparer is a preparer, this is one of the books we have to go through because we have to study all these tax codes and tax changes every year, and we pay money. If
Yes,
your
you're paying
tax
for our
preparer
knowledge.
is actually working, you're
You're
paying
paying
for
for.
our. We're doing the work, and we have to. When I say we have to pay, we have to pay in order to do taxes.
Yes.
So we do not take our jobs lightly. This is another book. Here's the other one. So it's we and this is only three of them. Only three of them. So this is not a joke. So if your preparer does not know what resources to go to online to get the information you need, if they don't already know the information you need to question if you want to give your personal information, your entire lifeline to that person just to get a few bucks back.
Yeah, it's not worth
Go ahead
it.
and break down the numbers, Kendra, real quick while you got the book.
That's what I was looking for. You gotta give me a second. That's what I'm looking for.
I make between
You
28.
really want to say that?
No.
No,
Okay.
don't say that. Don't say that.
Live recording. Let me see what's
But
the
if
question.
here it is. Did you find the EIC calculator? EIC chart?
Let me see. Did okay, so you have to make less than $17,640.
For what?
Less than. Less
After
than.
taxes? After taxes?
Yeah.
Gross. Usually they go off of gross.
I'm about to say, I think that's
Okay.
great.
You know this is real.
Hold on. Let me see.
I got it.
That doesn't see. But yeah, with no child, your income must be, in order to qualify for it, has to be less than 17,640.
Say it one more time.
17,640.
At least you're on one today.
She came
Where
in
am I
late now.
supposed to
She done missed a whole hour, and now Alicia want to come in.
Yeah, your age. It is right, Alicia. Your AGI.
It's your adjusted gross income.
So I got to make less than 17.5.
In order to get earned income credit, and even then, for a single individual, our income credit on 17,000 is not that high. You're looking at about $200.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It really isn't, but so unless you have like a business that you can claim income and then the expenses, but like I said, I mean, it's not really going to do anything. It's just going to lower your tax liability on your business. It's not going to give you a bigger.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not going to give you a refund unless you're a student, and then you can claim that. Yeah, you can claim the American tax credit. I mean, the educational credit. So
y'all want to touch
some of them. It just depends on it. Yeah, some of the, I think it's like 4 years. The 4 years. If you go over that, then it goes to the lifetime learning credit.
You talking
And
about the education credit?
Yeah, then it's just the partial. You don't get the full credit. You get a partial.
No. Lifetime learning credit will give you about $750 on average, and then the American Opportunity Credit gives about $1,000.
Yeah. And they're not raising that. I was so mad. I'm out here trying to see if I would get more for mine because I'm back in school. I'm getting my master's. So I've already finished that other part. And I graduate this year, guys.
Go ahead, man.
Congratulations.
What we doing for it? Crip walking across stage?
Jesus. She's not
I
a
have
gangster
no
no
idea,
more.
Mrs. Hamilton, what you're talking about. I am educated. But no, I'm getting my MBA. I had a doctor ask me one time, she said, are you educated? And I'm like, kind of. And she was like, well, what's the highest form of education you have? I'm like, well, I got my bachelor's. She was like, what? I'm like, oh yeah, I know, because you think that because I, where I live or whatever, that I'm not supposed to want more for myself or be educated. And I was like, and I'm also working on my MBA. She was like, oh my goodness, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what that feels like. Fuck them people.
Real quick. And y'all know I talk about all the time. Yeah, I want to touch on stocks and crypto. I know the economy was down. Stocks was down last year, so a lot of people lost a lot between that. Their 401ks, they took out money out of their 401ks. And then this year, you never know what the stock market going to do, but with them pulling back on interest rates, stock market might go up, but it might not go up to the end of the year, maybe 2025. Yeah, I want to talk about earned income through that way, because there's a lot of podcasts, Earn Your Leisure, stuff like that, that's trying to get people, Wall Street Copper, trying to get people to invest. Let them know about if you sell that stock and it's positive, that's earned income.
It is earned income. Capital gains. Capital gains definitely. Definitely considered income. But I read something somewhere.
So you have the option of when you're selling to have them take those taxes out, though.
Well, not really. Cash App, if you sell, you just sell. Robinhood, if you sell, you just sell. They're not taking tax out.
Okay, for certain stock apps, they will give you the option of going ahead and taxing that money.
Yeah, if you fill out the tax, like Robinhood, where they'll say you can update your tax forms, whatever. Cash App is, I think they do that at the end of the year, but a lot of people don't pay attention to it because I know you got to make a certain amount. Like, I'm not gonna say you got to make a certain amount. When you sell, like if you sell something and you made $300, I've seen people say there's not much to claim. But then I've seen people say, well, shit, I lost everything, so I didn't claim.
What I would want to do and ask you ladies to do is, if y'all could come back maybe mid-February and then again at maybe the beginning of April, right around the 1st of April, to kind of go back. And these don't have to be, expanded shows like this one. They can just be kind of like short check-ins on what things have changed, what things did they lock in as new law and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because just like I mentioned earlier, we don't know. The IRS, laws are being passed all the time. We never know what the new rules will be until after they pass them. They may be talking about stuff. They may be talking about implementing, all these laws, but it may not go into effect until the next tax year, or later on after when it's about to close. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was like 2-3 years ago, Kendra, when they were doing the about the the unemployment. Was it the unemployment?
Yeah, they changed a lot. They changed that literally in the middle of tax season. They in the middle.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like a lot of the softwares had to be updated because most of the time they're all streamlined. They all have the the basics, but they are all in compliance to the IRS's laws. So everything is operating within the IRS laws, the codes.
So Carolina, try to coordinate and do something for maybe that third week of March. Instead of doing like 2, we can kind of go with the third week of March because the tax season will be getting ready to close out.
Well, whatever. Like Shavon hit me up and said you want to come on. So Shavon, you and Kendrick, y'all group together and y'all on the schedule. Y'all just let me know.
Yeah.
Shavon, you know, came my timeline real quick. Shavon, you remember some years ago? You probably don't.
He about to say something crazy.
No, for real. This is history now. I said I'm gonna come out with a podcast about, and we're gonna be drinking. You said go ahead and do it, and I called it a weird name, something drinking, whatever. And this is what manifested. Shavon was actually one of the first people I invited. You might have been the first person I invited. We were talking about.
Because you did tell me that. You did tell me that, and I am so honored to be part of this. I really am. You guys have come a long way. I'm so proud of you both. I've known you guys for years. So it's like I'm so proud. I really am. You guys keep it up. Keep going.
Thank you so much.
When we get off the live, y'all stay on because I want to tell both of y'all something real quick off here.
Yeah, I mean this has been fantastic, but I done worked all week and I got liquor in me. So I do want to go ahead and get ready to close the show out. I'm gonna give y'all a solo again. And you can. What happened?
Y'all can't see my Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, okay. But no, I'm gonna give y'all a solo again. Y'all can talk about the upcoming tax season. Let people know how to get in touch with you if they want to be. Have you guys prepare their taxes, and we're gonna start with Kendra. Look at her. She got her baby. Why you can't claim that baby on your taxes?
It's my sister's baby. Actually, this is my sister's baby. It's my fur nephew.
Okay.
He's my little white boy because he's a boy and he's white, so he's a white boy.
Caucasian.
Yeah.
That's like
this boy's spoiled. But yes, you can reach me at Goodman's Tax Consulting LLC. You can find me on Facebook. The business phone number is 803-467-4511. The easiest way to contact me though is shoot me a message on Facebook. That's the easiest way to get in touch with me. But yeah, I have virtual options available. I do have clients all over the country. I do have clients in the military, so they are located in different stations all over the world. So I am able to assist.
We appreciate you in a real way. And if you are looking for assistance with your taxes, that is one avenue. And we have Miss Shavon. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you and how to participate with your services.
Well, I just finished my website, so it's now launched. So you can, send me a message, make an appointment with me or any of my preparers on realitytaxsolutions.com. You can email me at hello@realitytaxsolutions.com. I'm on Facebook. You can have a business line, 706-841-3937. I also prepare all across the country. I prepare all across the country. I have clients all across the country. I also offer my services in Spanish too.
What about the software?
If you are a tax office or if you want to be a tax owner, to open up your own tax office, hit me up. Same way. And I can assist you with that. I have very competitive prices for the software. Do not use TurboTax. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. visit me or Kendra, any of our professional tax preparers, and we will help you guys get right.
See, Alicia being crazy. I was gonna type all that, but they was talking fast. Now she
Alicia is on it.
jump in.
Yeah.
I was
Big
gonna type
sis
all that.
got it. Yes.
Yeah, I was talking fast and shit.
Talk to the people.
I appreciate Kendra. Kendra came on here just to talk about one business. She got about 10 more. I appreciate.
About to start another one.
Oh yeah, we want to start doing nails too.
Yep.
Y'all gonna get carpal tunnel. Go ahead.
Yep.
I appreciate Kendra coming on. Me and Kendra go back since kids. I want to thank Shavon. We've been going back since kids. It's nice to see two women start their own business and manifest into something else. Me and my brother, I said we come on these things and we laugh, we joke, we drink, whatever, but we do put education out here. We've been putting education out here for a while. We're gonna keep putting education out here, regardless of the fact we are not two big black dumb people. Like we laugh and crack jokes, but we do take pride in getting info and sharing info. If you're not sharing info, you're not helping others. Sharing info, you can't put a price tag on it, or you can do it for free. But as long as you're sharing it, like that's the most important part. We appreciate everybody rocking with us. We gonna they're gonna motivate mind. What up, CS? He coming in here late, but we gonna keep doing what we doing, man. We gonna stay in our lane. We gonna keep our drinks in our cup. We gonna keep toasting it up because what's in your cup is in your cup. That same thing as like, I can't live your life. I can't do taxes. But Shavon just said I can learn taxes, but I can't do taxes. So I'm gonna stay in my lane.
Oh, Kendra was the reason why I started doing taxes.
Look at it.
So you got 9 more
at
jobs to do to follow Kendra.
No.
Well,
Yeah, she used to call me when I was at work and harass me. Sissy, what you doing? Sissy, how you doing? Alicia, it's Goodman's Tax Consulting LLC on Facebook. The phone number is 803-467-4511.
that's what's up, man. I love making these connections. I love providing the information for the people. You do what you will with it, man, but don't say nobody out here trying to help you. Don't say you did it on your own. And also, don't try to reduce people's work, man. These people got to get paid for what they do. Don't question them on their prices. They helping you get your money back. They helping you not have to pay so much money back. They helping your ass not go to jail. You can't put a price on any of those 3 things. So if it costs you a little bit more, don't worry about it. It might put you in a better position. I said all that to say, man, this has been super dope. We appreciate you, ladies. You are an asset to your communities and your cultures. And
thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and y'all
you.
gotta come back because we don't know what the government doing unless y'all tell us.
Hey, what's the new acronym?
The ficking.
No,
The fiking.
Fenton.
The likings.
Fenton.
I thought them was the people from Twilight.
And in. Oh,
No, that's Underworld.
Oh,
good
okay.
man.
Finsins.
Yes. Or you can
All
look
right.
up the corporate Transparency Act. It also
Corporate
that.
Transparency Act.
The Corporate Transparency Act.
Yeah, the CTA.
Man,
For
it is
the
way too many
BOIR.
letters.
There's 2 right there. For the BOIR, the Beneficial Ownership Information Report.
As long as the IRS ain't after you, good.
True.
Hey, man, look, learning the alphabet is important, man. If you got a kid that don't know the alphabet, go ahead and start them now because they ain't going to be able to communicate with nobody in another 6 months. Now, again, we thank y'all for y'all time. I really appreciate the work that y'all do and the attention to detail. I'm Jay Walker III. That's Carolina Dirt 803. Kendra and Shavon, y'all so dope. Thank you for your time. Hang out a minute. This Show's gonna close out. It's gonna run for about a minute or so. And yeah. Y'all be easy until the next time. We gone.
Life is fucking